So hey everyone, Tiv here with a quick June update on our GoFundMe to move out of Wisconsin and get down to New Mexico. We've made it to 2,871 USD raised out of our $7,000 goal. We're almost at the 3,000 mark now. And our friend in Albuquerque is still in the need of roommates for the coming school semester as well. But to be able to get down properly and in time, we need to make a big push forward in the campaign with donations. Partially because our current lease agreement requires us to give a 2-month notice prior to ending the lease and moving. So to be able to give the notice in confidence, we need to get a lot closer to our goal for the moving fund. So if you can, it would be enormously appreciated if you could go check out the GoFundMe linked in the description and donate if you can. And if you can't, share it with people you think might be able to help. Thanks for the help so far, though, everyone. You really are all stars. Happy Pride Month. Tiv out. Hey, stars. Tiv here. Before we get into the toy of the day, I've gotta ask, do you ever just really like how a toy looks, but when you actually get to play with it, it just doesn't quite live up? That's kind of the situation we have here today. Now, it's no secret, I have a lot of Optimus Primes, but truth be told, when it comes to certain variants, I can be kind of picky. When Takara released an official Star Convoy, I was excited, but ultimately seeing the stock photos and everything, I was pretty disappointed by the fact it was a Power of the Primes retool. For me, the look just didn't work for that take on the character. So when I saw that Mastermind Creations through their Ocular Max line was doing a Star Convoy, I was utterly elated. And I ended up buying it without really looking at other people's reviews first. And yeah, let's get a little bit into it, okay? Now, we're starting in vehicle mode because it really was a truck ton of effort to get him into this form. Now, aesthetically, I really do love how this truck mode looks. It's a version of Optimus that's practically a land-based battleship. However, the trailer portion is a little flimsy in terms of stability because of being made up of almost entirely pretty thin panels other than the treaded portion. And even with the treaded portion, the pegs are really tiny and really finicky. But that said, the truck mode does roll very well, and the upper section where it has a spot where you can store his ion blaster and have it rotate like some sort of highway rail cannon. He also has a pair of twin rotary mounted cannons up on the cab section. They're very usable and very posable for, firing at any enemies he might be roaring by. And if you rotate the wheels and treads a little, you can believably have a pretty believable hover truck form, which is fun for the more imaginative sectors of play. Now, an actual feature that factors into his premium price is something I do still appreciate nonetheless. The rubber wheels and treads. Well, they do feel like rubber at least. Now, when we get into the transformation, as I said, it's very finicky. But here it is. Fast forward as that sort of thing usually tends to be from this channel. getting into Prominon's robot mode. First of all, the aesthetics of it alone are simply top-notch. He really does feel like Ban Megami's artwork from the Battlestar story pages just leaped off the page into a physical toy. Albeit with some more modern and some brave influences on clear display. Now, when it comes to the posability of the figure, in theory, it's also top-notch. He's got a solid ab crunch, good arm articulation, a nice waist joint, decently posable legs. That said, the legs are where some of those problems I was alluding to lay. His arms are very, very movable, and thanks to some strong ratchets in the right places, it never feels like his arms will flop out of place. And the hands are those sort of masterpiece-alike hands that have individual finger posability, which can be great for some poses and some looks, but without a solid enough connection point to the weapons, those hands can easily disappoint. It's really 50-50 on whether or not Stellarus' hands will be up to the task. He's also got a really awesome ball-jointed head, as you can see here. And now we're getting into the issues with the legs. They can be extremely loose when it comes to where they're locked in robot mode, and thus will frequently just slide down and be a huge pain to mess around with. That said, I haven't had that much issue with actually getting him into poses. It's just active play where the legs end up sliding down on me. If you work around it, you can still get him into some pretty satisfying photos in the leg. Now, when it comes to his accessories, he comes with a pretty cool take on his classic ion rifle, but souped up for super robot times. Little bit of more stylization here and there, a few glowing bits and bobs. So overall, I would say Stellarus Prominon is still a toy I'm glad I own, but do I think you should buy it? I'm gonna be honest, Mastermind Creations seems to be doing another round soon, so maybe they've corrected some of the leg issues. But the tabs being such a mess to deal with when transforming and the finicky legs, I can only recommend picking this guy up if you're already a massive Optimus Prime fan, or a Japanese G1 fan in general. And you just really need that big ol' Convoy to be a solid centerpiece for your Optimus shelf. He does do that job really quite well, but otherwise, I think it's probably the best for most people to skip this one. But, thanks for watching. You've all been stars. This has been Tiv, signing out.